everyone, welcome back to Train Sim World 5, and we're back with another tutorial. This time I'm going to show you how to properly set up and get running the Class 87, which is part of the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle route. And we're at Preston Platform 3. This is a platform that you'll be very familiar with this DLC. And we're going to jump into the Class 87. In this case, we've got 87034 William Shakespeare. Don't forget, every 87 has got a nameplate on this route, which is really nice. This is the BR Blue version. We've got the BR Blue livery, and we've also got the Intercity livery for the 87. So I'm in the photo mode. We're going to jump back into the cab. Here we are. Now, first thing we are going to do is go through to the back, because if you want to run with safety systems on, we need to come all the way through the back of the 87. You're going to have to crouch as well to get through here, but there is this bank of switches, and the first safety system that we want to switch on is the driver safety device or vigilance device. So let's put that on. We can make our way back through William Shakespeare to the front. Then once we get in, we can just close the door and stand back up again. Now, one very important thing you'll need to remember, or the 87 won't move from this cab, and that is to make sure to switch this cab change end lever to on. That gives control to this cab, so you'll need that on. There's the AWS as well, so we'll just cancel that in the usual way. Let's go outside, and while we're doing the rest of the setup, we'll open the doors and then passengers can be boarding. So what we need to do first, we'll take a look at the lights that we need. So we need the marker light right, then the left marker light, then also on here we got the headlight, which will come on once we put the reverser into forwards. Then over on this side, the only one we've got is the instrument light switch. So we've got bright, or if you prefer, we've got dim. I'm going to set it to bright. Then all we need to do now is switch on the master key, and in the usual way, put the train into forwards. You'll hear the engine start to run up. Lovely sound. So nostalgic. We'll just wait for the passengers to board, and then we will close the doors and we will start to move off. So we can lock the doors. Let's do that. So that is the guard buzzing us. So if you want to buzz back, that's where the button is. So what we need to do is, you can see right now you can't actually see properly because the master switch is covering it, but the tap changer or tap lever is in hold. So we've got, over to the right hand side, we've got notch up and we've got run up. So notch up will increase the taps one at a time. Run up will, let me just acknowledge the DSD, run up will accelerate the train constantly until you tell it to stop. By the same token, on the left hand side we've got notch down, which will bring the taps down a notch at a time. We've also got run down, which will bring the train down to 0, useful for a neutral section, which we'll cover in another tutorial. So what we need to do to leave Preston Station is to go into notch up. So the key thing to remember is, when you've notched up or run up, always go back to the hold position. I'll show you what I mean. So we're stationary at the moment. We're going to release the brakes in the normal way, and we just need to make sure the brake pipe goes up to 5. And on this side, the brakes are fully off now. So what we need to do is just to accelerate, so in the hold position, so into notch up, then back to hold. Notch up, hold, and you can you see these markers in the green area? If I notch up, see them going up little bit by little bit. That's the force in the traction motors. So that is speeding us up. Then if we hold it, it will accelerate at that rate. So we've got a 35 miles per hour coming out of Preston. So we don't need to go that fast. You can see we're still accelerating. So it's back in hold. Everything's good. This dial, by the way, shows the full amount of notches that we've got. So you can see we can go up to 100 and we are just below 20 at the moment. If I notch up again and hold, can you see the notches are rising here as well? So that's the rate of acceleration. That's the total notches. That's the best way I can describe it. So if I notch up again, go back to hold, notch up again, go back to hold, you can see bit by bit we're getting faster. Let's have a quick look outside as we leave. Lovely, lovely loco. We'll get past this 35 board and I will show you how to run up the train to go faster, because we do have an 80 board coming up. But essentially we're underway, as you can see. And we'll come to a complete stop and I'll show you how to do that as well. So we'll approach St Walburg's Church, as you can see right in front of us. You'll be familiar with that from Blackpool branches as well. And let's just notch up again. So we keep accelerating bit by bit. You can see all the relevant dials going up. So notching up is a more graduated way of getting acceleration and making speed. Run up will just continually take up the notches for you until you put it back to hold. So we'll demonstrate that in a second. So we're in the 80 speed limit now. So what I'm going to do, rather than do notch up, I'm going to go into run up. So look at the dials. Look what the dials do. The dials really give it some. And if I put it back to hold, you can see that over here we're at about 70. And we're in the yellow here for the rate of acceleration. And you can see that we're more rapidly gaining speed now. So what we can do, if we're going a little bit too fast, if we were coming up to the speed limit and you just wanted to slightly adjust it, we're in hold. What we can do now is go to notch down, back to hold. Keep looking at the dials when I do this. So notch down. Can you see that the notches are coming down? Slowly but surely. So if I do that again, notch down, notch down. So we'll very slowly, we will lose speed with that method. Now what we can do to come to a full halt, or if we're going over a neutral section, we need to get the amps completely off. So what we can do is, to get this all down to 0 quickly, if you look down here, instead of going to notch down, we can go into run down. And when I've got it in run down, can you see what happens to the dials? All the taps are coming off until they get to 0. And once we're there, we can put it into fully off. Then once there, we can just add brake. So we just put the first application of brake. You can see here on the dials the brakes are applying. And slowly but surely, we will come to a stop. Now of course I'm in first application of brake, but you can, in the usual way, just apply a little bit more brake depending on what you need to do and what is safe for your train. Let's just put a little bit more brake in, then we can come to a stop. Nice and safe. And there we go. And that is the correct way to get the Class 87 ready for departure with all the safety systems on, and how to leave the station, how to notch up, how to run up, how to notch down, and how to run down to a complete stop. So I hope that's been useful. Please do leave me a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more TSW5 Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.